Okay, can we move on to Mark Francis in room 5?
Hi, everybody. So our group generally was a bit nervous that we need to break out of the bubble. I'm sure we all are. We keep talking to the same people. But Dinah's going to say something in a moment. She was very, very enthusiastic about industrial hemp. I think I persuaded her to talk about something which links in with Natasha's stuff. So over to you, Dinah.
Yeah, in relation to getting young people on board, even in the Climate Hub, which tries to be as inclusive as it can, we've really struggled to engage young people, maybe through COVID, people are worried about university places or work. But we do have a mentoring scheme to teach young people how to podcast so that they can be in charge of the material, basically like being a DJ running their own radio station, linking up with other, say, hubs or networks, making podcasts that can be saved. And apparently young people listen to podcasts. And what we like to do is put young people in charge of what is broadcast and the stories that are told, in the hope that it will get a integrated and busy cross network. We're happy to mentor people to do that. It's trying to find people to do that. And even with social media, we really desperately need social media people, but it's breaking into young people's networks to know how to find them. But we'd really like to put them in charge of the narrative.
Excellent, interesting stuff.
Thanks, Dinah. And then Anne had some concerns about hydrogen, which I think she'll share with us. You're on mute probably, Anne, wherever you are.
Sorry. Yeah, it wasn't an inspirational idea. It was really a warning, because now that oil and gas companies are seeing the writing on the wall about reducing the use of oil in particular, they're turning to hydrogen, and the government is treating it as a big silver bullet, as though it's going to answer so many problems. Now, in the southeast, there are 2 oil companies already talking about extracting gas and using it as a source for creating hydrogen. Now, if you create hydrogen from gas, you actually create many more emissions than you would using the gas directly. But the hydrogen itself, when it's done, is a clean fuel, and that is what they're pushing. There's absolutely no plans for any kind of carbon capture and storage in the southeast. The government is putting a lot of money into 2 hubs in the north, but there's nothing in the southeast. So the current plans are that they're trying to produce hydrogen, increase the local emissions, but selling it as a clean fuel. So we really need to be very careful.
Thanks. That can go on our list of concerns, but that could be quite a big list. So I think we'll stick with inspirational ideas if we can.
Yeah,
but that's useful. Thank you.
And Scylla was had problems regarding house building and planning and things like that. So I don't know if you wanted to say something about that.
Yes, I was just really sort of saying what a central issue housing and planning law is. It brings together so many issues in terms of thinking about and concerns in this area in the southeast, certainly in West Sussex, where big developments on greenfield sites are being pushed on the public. Biodiversity, the madness of giving planning permission now to houses that are going to have to be retrofitted in terms of their heating and insulation in the relatively near future. Transport, commitment, what sort of a commitment is there in the current development to electrification of vehicles, connectivity, cycling and walking, these are such crucial areas. And I also feel that councils have a responsibility, and I know that West Sussex has it in their climate action plan, for lobbying central government in terms of legislation. And I wonder how much are they actually doing that, and what can we do to encourage them to jump on that. It feels very urgent because, as I say, it's coming up now for changes in planning law.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks. Yeah, good. So I notice we've still got 3 groups to go through. So let's pep it up with some good ideas.
Yeah, so I think that's the end of our group. I was just going to say we'd like to have these go-to experts for things like planning and in the
Yeah.
southeast, who we know have got all the relevant information. They're completely up to date, and we know where to go to get that information.
Well, that's a good
Right.
idea.
That is
Yeah,
the
excellent.
end of our group. Thank you.